Today's video session plan is part of a series that will support you to design UEFA C sessions for your players in your team. It will focus on midfielders receiving to turn and play forward. My focus player on the ball is my number 4, who needs to receive and burst away from their opponent. And my number 9 is my player around the ball, who needs to develop concentration and not drop in. So firstly, your practice design. You'll need 12 players. 2 of them will be neutral goalkeepers and the rest will be outfield players. 6 of them will be red and 4 will be blue. Mark out a 60 by 40 yard area. You can reduce this if your age group are under 13s. The practice starts with the goalkeeper playing to a red defender, and then they have to play into the midfielders, who should turn and play into the reds at the opposite end. They then repeat that process going back the other way. Every time they do that, they will successfully get a point. If the blues can steal the ball, they can attack either goal. So your coach behaviours co-create with the players individual development objectives that support their development. And regards to player engagement, ask the players to set individual objectives to help them work on their areas for development. And this will link to their 4 corner profile. So an example could be, can you execute a no-touch turn and can you receive on the back foot? So, key coaching points. As the ball is passed from the goalkeeper to the defender, this should trigger double movements in the midfielders to create individual space. The midfielders should scan over their shoulder to increase awareness of where their direct opponent is, so they can angle their run to receive the ball on the safe side away from the midfielder and then turn out and play. They should try to move their defender out of their passing line and then angle their run to ensure they can't intercept their ball. They should time their run to receive the ball softly so it doesn't bounce off their foot and allow the defender the opportunity to steal the ball. They should repeat this practice, executing no-touch turns outside of the foot and inside hooks. We're now going to go into our technical element of the practice, and you've got to create 4 channels with 3 players in each channel, 1 server, 1 receiver, and 1 defender. These are the rules. The server passes to the receiver, who practices receiving the ball, turning and playing out to the defender. To help the receiver, the defender can decide when to put pressure onto the receiver so they can decide when and how to receive to beat the defender or to bounce the ball back and reset. Rotate the roles so all players get an opportunity to practice the central role. A progression, allow the threes to move across each other's grids and add contextual inference because this will increase scanning and awareness. We now move into the coaching detail. So the receiver dictates when they want to get the ball, and they would check away and then turn and call for the ball. As they do this, they check their shoulder to see and hear if the defender is closing them down. And then they need to arrange their body to receive either with the outside of their foot, inside, back foot, or take a no-touch turn at all, using the weight of the pass. If the defender decides to press, they need to assess how fast the defender is pressing and can they use their momentum to go around them? Can they receive and roll the defender, or should they bounce the ball back and reset? When the practice progresses to include contextual interference, the receiver needs to assess how to keep the ball and then look for their teammate to play out to. Your coach behaviors, you need to rotate players so everyone has a chance to experience playing in the different role. So we're now into the second whole practice, and this is our small-sided game. So mark out a 60 by 40 yard area, and that should be still relevant from what you had earlier. The goalkeeper plays the ball out to a defender and they try to play through their midfielders, number 4 or number 8. The number 9 needs to stay high to provide depth and also provide a target player for the midfielders to play into. Your coach behaviours, you need to encourage players to work hard to deny midfielders time and space to play. Encourage the goalkeeper on pressing team to close the gap between and behind the defenders. In regards to player engagement, ask your players to set objectives to work on. And again, this will link to their own individual development plans. And for this one, for the number 9, it could be stay high, drop in to receive to feet, and bring others into the game. So the last bit of detail. Defenders get high, wide, and create width and depth so we can exploit spaces created. Midfielders create double movements to create individual space, and that can be either short to go long, long to come short, or out to come in. Scan to assess threat from opposition and execute the right receiving touch so you can play forward effectively. Receive to play forward, side on, let the ball come across your body. Number 9, stay high, drop out of the defender's eye line, make late movements to receive, and decide whether you can turn and attack the goal yourself or hold up the ball and bring teammates into the attack. Do not drop in when we have possession. We need them to stretch the pitch so we can have space to exploit and an option to pass to in advanced areas.